Hello, everybody, and welcome to Stadia Party Chat Podcast, Episode 6. I'm here, Ricardo, with my co-host, Sebastian. Hello, Sebastian.
Hey Ricardo, how's it going?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are
Yeah.
you this July 4th? Happy America Day to our U.S. listeners.
Yeah, exactly. And Happy Canada Day was just a couple days ago. But yeah, doing very well. Had a good weekend, a long weekend for me, so that was good.
Sweet. Yeah, I'm glad you could enjoy some time off, and that means more time for gaming and more time to talk about games.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool. Let's jump right into the news this week or what we've been playing because there is a lot to talk about. So this week, Rainbow Six Siege has arrived, and this game is obviously a huge market share. People love this game. It's in its sixth year, and the audience is massive. It released with crossplay, so the audience is always there for every game now that we're hooked up with Steam and GeForce Now, as well as Luna, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, lots of people to play with, lots of PvP action. And as Sebastian and I discovered, there is a PvE element to it as well. A
Mm.
couple really fun game modes. You're still gaining XP in the PvE. So some really cool stuff to check out there. As we played through this, we quickly discovered that Sebastian was a much better operative than Rudigs on the playing field. So I got some practice and some lessons to learn. That's for sure on Siege. What was your thoughts on Siege?
It was a big change compared to Destiny 2. Like if you used to run and gun in Destiny 2, you cannot really do that. You got to peek around corner and use any tool you have available to like find the position of the enemy. And it's like a fast-paced shooting portion, so it's a little bit more realistic in terms like you get shot two, three times, that's it, you're dead. Um, it was fun. So one thing I found is like the PvE, I only did that portion with you, and that's a perfect place to practice to get better at it, to like learn the control, learn how like you set up and learn the characters too. Because I remember the first time I started playing, it's just I don't know any of the character, I don't know how to use a special ability and stuff like that. So yeah, like try to learn them all and uh, stick with a couple of them that you like. I think at the end I was using Buck a lot. Like first of all because he's Canadian and also like some of this loadout he had. And after that, I think we jump on PvP and I was able to get a couple kill, which was like pretty good. I found I was like better with the marksman or sniper rifle, oddly. I found the auto rifle. I don't like spray like too much. Like I'm so used to like burst firing, I guess. So um, one other thing is that I play was on Friday night, I think, or Thursday night. I play with a group of people, and then one of them like showed me some trick of like how to use certain like abilities on the like different character, because you got like the attacker and defender, and then they both different character on each side. So there's like a couple one that are like actually pretty good to use, and I can wait to be able to use the new one, the new character Thunder. What's her name again?
I believe
Thunderbird.
it Thunderbird. Yeah.
Yeah, because she has that healing ability, and that would be great for the PvE portion of it. So like you can heal yourself or anything like that, and even PvP really. So.
What are these special abilities? I mean, this is maybe the first time I'm hearing about this. So you can activate special abilities? You mean like how I was the Dakube and I used the thing to activate the cell phones so they went
Hmm.
off? Is that like the
Yeah, that.
R1 on controller basically?
Yeah, and I think I don't know what's on mouse and keyboard. I got mine set up differently. I think it's like the wheel, the clicker. But like yeah, they all have different ability. Like I think Buck had the shotgun underneath his primary gun. You have like the other American that has like a shield to put in front of his gun. You have others that has like yeah, the one you said, a cell phone ringer. There's another one that has like those little camera you can place a little bit everywhere. Some has drones, like they have different thing like that, and you use them. Like on the defensive side, they have like something more defensive. One like Frost has that shield basically you can place in a doorway, so it's like a small shield you can stand behind. I found that was useful in certain cases, little things like that. And I think you played with one that had like a little personal shield or something like that. I've seen one that had like a full body shield or like with a pistol or something. So yeah, it's quite interesting. Play with them and find some that you find comfortable to play with.
Yeah, I hope to put up a stream on the channel. I'm trying to coordinate with my little brother who's is a pro. So if I can get him on our team, then it'll definitely make us look better in the stream as we dominate other players.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, cool. Anything else to say about Rainbow Six Siege for now? I mean, very cool. I'll be working towards unlocking some of these characters with the in-game currency. I got a long way to go for Thunderbird.
Mhm.
Excited for that Kona station because that could be really helpful. Because Thunderbird, that's the special ability. She sets up the Kona station, then people go and revive at it, down teammates and stuff. And as we saw playing through that, that is a very useful special ability to
Mhm.
have.
Yeah, if you play PvE, the PvE portion, that's a great way to like use a special ability. Because I found when we play and then we play hard, as soon as I got down, then he revived me and I got like 20 health or something like that. It's like one shot away, so that would be perfect in those cases.
Yeah, that's my fault for picking hard right off the bat. They didn't have an easy mode and they put normal in the easy slot. So, usually my instinct on game is to go for the middle one. I don't want too easy, but I don't want too hard off the bat if I'm new to it. So,
Yeah, on hard, I found like I was like shooting the enemy headshot a couple of times. They were not dying. I was like, oh my god, how many shot did it need? Like it's not like in game like versus a PvP, you can like just kill someone in one shot. So.
oh my gosh, half a spray and they're gone. It's a big change coming from Destiny PvP.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
definitely.
Well, moving on to the next game, which was a surprise gameplay delight, I will say. Moonlighter. This game arrived as a pro title, and wow, I got sucked in. The dungeon crawling, the market manipulations, the story on unlocking that fifth dungeon, the progressions, all these crafting and enchanting and upgrading skill trees, and sort of like where you want to put your armor. Do you want it to have abilities, or do you just want straight stats? Do you want to sacrifice mobility? I mean, it got way more in depth than I first predicted a Moonlighter game would be as a top down. It gives me very like Stardust Valley,
Hmm.
Harvest Moon. It gives me that kind of feel and that kind of draw to like keep you coming back, keep stocking that store, keep upgrading the store. Now I'm trying to get the guy who gives me the stickers and stuff so I can keep my customers happy. I had my first robber get away from me.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, I was so upset because I was so busy stocking all, because now I have like 8 shelves in a sale bin. So this guy just ran in and then he's gone before I knew it, and I'm so upset. So now I have these glass cases which no robber can steal from.
Yeah.
So that's where all my high price items go.
I had the same thing, and I saw him like leaving, and I was able to get him, and like your character get into a fight with him, and then you leave, and then he doesn't steal your stuff. I was like, oh my god. There's like some tip and trick for that, and like you told me about the game and I was like, oh, I gotta try it. And I jumped into it and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. Like it's so like a basic game, but like the gameplay is amazing. Um, it made me think of Graveyard Keeper. Like I don't know if you've seen that game before. My spouse like played that game on Xbox and she just loved it. It's like a similar 2D style and from the top up, and it's the same thing. You got to take care of things, multiple thing. You have like a day time and night time. So daytime, that's when you can open your shop, and nighttime, that's when you go raid the dungeon and stuff like that. And then like my wife saw me like playing and she was like, that looks interesting. So she's probably gonna jump into it too and try it out because she liked that type of game too. But yeah, like one thing that I found out is that within the shop, you can stay on the side of the client. You don't need to go behind your desk, behind we call it where your cashier is.
Yeah,
So
the
like this,
sales
it's
counter.
yeah, you're not obliged to stay there. You can just sell item on the other side. So like this, it's quicker for you to get to the thief basically.
I did
And
not even know that. I thought you had to
and
be behind the counter.
yeah, that's what I thought too, but apparently not. And then like when the thief come in, you can see his icon, like he has like the bubble, like similar to when they look at the price and stuff like that. And he will like say like he's a thief. So you're just watching the whole time, and that's why I found like I had a couple coming in, and then like I just watched them. They just roam around and then leave, and other time they try to capture something. So yeah, it's quite interesting. Some other trick I'll bring up, it's more in a dungeon. If you go into a room, and like I found if you go between two room, if you come back in the room you just cleared, let's say, and there's like some hole, just watch for any sparkle. It's just gonna tell you there's a secret there. If there's a sparkle, you jump down the hole where the sparkle is, and you can land onto some sort of secret room, and you can have three different things. You can have either like some mine cart and some item on the floor, or you can have like an empty chest, which the empty chest is useful for like emptying your inventory. So make sure you clear out the old floor before going back to it, and you can dump all your inventory. And as soon as you close that chest, it's all going to town into your chest in your own room.
How
And
did I
the
not know this? So it goes into like an empty chest, or it
no, you
goes
put
into
in.
your the one that's at your bedside.
Yeah, the one in your bedside, you have like the one on your bedside, and you have like two or three on the other side. They're gonna fill those up, and if the top chest is like full, it's gonna dump it on the floor, which is kind of weird instead of going the next chest. So always try to keep that one empty, the top left, if that makes sense. And then the last secret room you can encounter, it's like there's a totem side and like an empty spot. And then as soon you like hold the totem, there's enemy appearing and there's a chest that's gonna unlock. So what you want to do is that if you're able to just like keep like hitting the totem, and you get a better chest every time until like you can reach the top levels. It's like almost like a or like of enemy getting a different wave, and the top wave it's the enemy like are harder, but then your chests, all the item in there are higher quality. And what I found is that you get like item like to send certain item in your inventory to send home, instead of having like item that can break or item that can destroy other item in your inventory, if that makes sense. So yeah, little things like that. And also, like one of the trick you mentioned earlier is that like yeah, just before the boss, you get that pull, that well of life or something like that. Just like fill up your health, go kill the boss, and go back to heal yourself, which is a perfect trick just before you go to the next floor, right? One other thing is that the price for items, you can go on the wiki page. Everybody has like everything there, like if you want to look up for prices, and if like the popularity is higher, or like the population I think it's higher, then like you get a bigger price, something like that. So yeah, Yeah, wiki page has tons of information on that, so worth looking it up because it's a 2018 game, so everybody found the secrets, right?
Oh, well, that's cool. I didn't
Yeah.
realize there was a wiki page as well. That'll help.
Mm.
But, and maybe some of the fun of it is still guessing those prices. Sometimes I'm super off and sometimes I'm way off. And like those books, at first I was like, do I keep these books or do I sell the
Yeah,
books? And
I
so I
saw.
started selling the books and then I sold them for super high. And sometimes you'll get those like I think it's like the hat and the mustache, and they'll buy anything at a high cost. So
Oh yeah,
I keep one out for them just in case.
yeah. That's funny. That's awesome though. Good
Uh,
idea to do.
so we have so if you haven't already, jump into Moonlighter. I mean, super awesome game, great mechanic, fun. And I am yet to find out what's behind that fifth door, but I will find out.
Hmm.
That's for sure.
And it's a good game to play on your phone or even on the laptop or like what I did, I just sit outside. I had all my zoo outside, my tree dogs, my bird, and then I just sit outside and play that game for an hour or two. It was great, like, and take some sunlight.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, and that's the thing with Stadia. I mean, I don't know how would you play? Did you play touchscreen or did you set up with a controller? Do you have a claw?
No, yeah, I have the TLA. I'm looking for my controller. It's upstairs. Yeah, I have the TLA for my phone, and I use that like quite often. Like, I was playing on the big screen. It was kind of funny because my wife was like, "Oh, there you go. You can play on the 4K TV," and this game is just like low graphic, like it's just a
Yeah.
pixelated. So I was like, "Yeah, it's just like more comfy, right?" And then we watch a show, and I put it on my phone with the TLA, and then watch the show with her, and like play the game. So that was pretty good.
Yeah, that's cool. The only problem I have with the claw is I feel like they didn't talk to the Google people because I have a Google 5, and
Mm-hmm.
if you put it in the middle of the claw, it's on the volume buttons.
Yeah, yeah, I
So,
did.
like, what? I don't get it.
So what I do, I shift it lightly, yeah. And if you have a case on yours, like I'll show you that's my Pixel 2.
Yeah, I have a
So on my
case.
case, I have like a
Oh,
indent. So like when the plug goes over, it doesn't press a
ooh.
button. So that's pretty good.
Oh, that's
Um,
different.
yeah. Like, and that's the Pixel 2 XL. So I don't know in new cases if they're gonna have something similar. I have other cases where the button is sticking out. So yeah. It's an annoying thing that they did basically. Yeah.
Here is a simple just create a Stadia phone case. Like, it comes with the claw. Like how? Like just I don't know. Anyways,
Or just like simulate what Xbox have done and put like a control on each side like a switch, right? So
yeah, something like that would be cool. Moving on to what more we were playing. If you want to check out a walkthrough, I put one up on the GM Insight Terminus for the season of the Splicer. So you can check that out. Our strategy was to use a couple of these Shadebinder Warlock turrets. They really were able to shut down a lot of these ads in a lot of situations. The main problem you're going to have to deal with is the boss room. Those three circles are beyond difficult. But what I found is you pull out your anarchy, you pull out your shadebinder turrets, and you just also have a super ready to go. And you should be able to lock down one turret at a time, or sorry, one circle at a time as you rotate through all three of them and then just retreat back to the wall that I show in the video there. But there's basically a wall behind the center circle. And basically, that's my safe spot. You just throw down your rifts, you throw down your shields, you watch out for the purple goo that the Kargan guy throws at you, and you throw anarchies, you use Wither Horde turrets, and you just take them down slowly from the back. You should be able to get a lot of time because the early starts of that strike are fairly simple to get through. Um, This is one of the strikes which allows for an unstoppable. So the grenade launcher is a great choice. Truth teller with blinding grenades. And if you're worried about damage fall off from blinding grenades, something I learned about was it's only a 6% damage fallout. And if that's a wrong fact, I'm blaming Tuba here because he's the one that told us that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
the other super we had success with, and you'll see in the stream, was the banner shield we had in operation. And the only reason we had the banner shield in that stream was that Rusty needed to get his void completion done for GMs. And I'm very upset because I shouldn't have followed the banner shield in. And if you'll watch the stream, I went flawless up until I decided to follow the banner shield for ammo, and then I just got wiped. Uh, but my flawless GM on a stream is soon to come. We'll see.
Yeah, that's a funny one. I haven't like completed the GM this week yet, but yeah, when we tried with Tuba, I think we were fairly close. I just did some mistake. I think I was like dying too often, and I was like, just like didn't concentrate. I think the first couple of time I was just like, yeah, it's like it's an easy one. Oh wait, yeah, no, it's not an easy one. So yeah, I found a weather orb to be very useful. I like that combo weather orb, auto rifle, and I got this rocket launcher, the one from last season, where like it's auto reloading. So you have like weather order and a rocket launcher auto reloading, and I just worry about reloading my auto rifle. So it's good.
Market.
um,
Yeah.
and yeah.
And after that GM, the new content this week was the VOG challenge, out of its way. So super easy. I put up like a 2-minute video. Essentially, you're just blocking his teleport every single time. It's the typical strategy for beating VOG currently. So you're at the Templar, you have one guy with the relic, he's jumping around to each of these circles, and you have the rest of the fire team doing damage. And if you'll see in the stream, nobody waited for me and I didn't get to rally. So I'm just sitting there with like 6 salvo bullets and my grenades, just doing damage when I can. But we still completed it and it still worked. A very easy challenge this week.
Yeah, definitely an easy one. I think we've been doing that since the beginning, so that
Yeah.
was an easy to complete.
And the last thing I want to talk about, if you're a Triumph hunter, which sometimes I am when I'm a little bit bored and of Destiny content, and I'm going out there for something fun to do, the lost sectors at master difficulty, when they're on the moon, are a added extra level of difficulty. I mean, they throw so many champions at you over and over again. They are throwing these nightmares at you as well with a lot of HP, and they're throwing either a mini boss and a full size boss or just like a massive full size boss. And there's always some sort of interconnected mechanic in the lost sector that makes it an extra added level of difficulty. I mean, very difficult to get the master difficulty flawless clears done for sure. And Destiny, what's up with your loot system? I completed flawless master moon difficulty and I recorded the 30 seconds and you gave me one prism. Like what? give me give me something if I do it. Like that should be an auto give. If you get the completion and the triumph, they should give you the exotic that it says. That's crazy
Yeah,
talk.
I think it had to do with like the time you do it. I don't know, but like I didn't realize those Triumph pop up because it was like on the same thing for Europe. They have those like solo complete like Master Legend like at solo and solo flawless or just flawless. So that's pretty good. They added those because like that's almost like a mini GM or something you can do by yourself. So if you're a solo player, that's perfect to do, right? Because I did one on Europa and I got the Triumph, so I was like looking into that because I still haven't farmed for the legs exotic for this season. I think I only got my Titan, the legs, and I'm not too worried about the Warlock and the Hunter, but I'm eventually gonna work onto that. But yeah, no, that's definitely good. They did those. So, and
The
one on
hunter
the
legs,
moon.
the hunter legs are completely worth it though, if you're gonna
Yeah,
try to farm for it.
and same with the Warlock. Like for the Warlock, it's like helping with the rift or like those aura popping up, and then the Hunter you just do more damage, right? Or like you get your super very quickly or something like that. Is that right?
I believe I'm not sure if it heals you too, but it does a lot of things when you
Mm-hmm.
overcharge with light.
Because I remember they had to nerf it because it was like too powerful. So
Yeah, but still pretty cool. I hope to put up a stream where I get a solo flawless of one of these moon master lost sectors. Nads, if you beat me to streaming it, we'll see. Maybe a little internal race, we'll see.
yeah.
Uh next we have, after what we've been playing this week, which for me has been mostly those three games. I didn't get to jump into football yet, but or the detective. But yeah, I hope to do that next week. I'm definitely gonna spend some time in exploring those titles.
Yeah, for myself too, I would just play Moonlighter, Destiny 2, and Rainbow Six. I don't think I've played anything else. Thinking, I play a little bit of ESO again, like just staying up my my trait and stuff like that. Usually, I just jump in for a few minutes, but yeah, that's pretty much it.
Cool, cool. So the TWAB was released this Thursday, and it's packed filled with information. I felt like last week's TWAB bare bones. This week's TWAB, oh my god, guns, solstice of heroes, time lost weapons. It's insane.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's crazy. Like it's so funny how much information they pack up for this week. So
so
it's
jump into Solstice of Heroes, the celebration now that Kira's dead, and let us know what's up.
yeah, exactly. So if you haven't watched the video, we'll post a link for the TWAB, and there's a video of like Solstice of Hero showing the new armor, looking pretty good. So now we're celebrating Solstice of Hero for the past year, what we did, and killing Kriya. I got the feel to say her name. Um, it shows that we're gonna get a new exotic shotgun, so that's gonna be interesting, knowing that the shotgun or like overpower you're gonna see in PvP. But wait, there's gonna be more in regards to shotgun. But first, I'll cover like some of the Solstice of Hero activity. So basically, we're gonna go back to the EAZ, which is gonna be good. I think a lot of people like that place. The fact that we go back only once a year, and there's gonna be certain like skill related like thing activity to do, if that makes sense. So basically, you can have bounty to buy from Eva Levante, and then like you I'm just looking for it. Sorry about that. You gotta have to wear the armor as usual and progress it. There's gonna be there was like something about the bounties that you get. So there's gonna be some specific for each type of guardian. Also, there's like a neat like looking what you call it a ghost. Oh my god, I had a blank there for a second. Yeah, I have a neat little ghost you can get. It's looking pretty good. More stuff on the Eververse, so I will suggest to collect your bright dust and then use it for buying your armor set and so on and so forth. Uh, what else? So Fate Breaker. So we got the master mode on the VOG coming up. So
Let's go,
that's gonna be
master
good.
mode. That's what I'm so excited for. Fatebringer
So
seal.
yeah, Fate
Fate
Breaker.
breakers.
Yeah. So we can get this seal finally. So I think it's gonna be also the last week of the challenge. So we can complete the challenge plus the master mode. Then we can get the seal. So that's gonna be good. Um, there's gonna be also certain weapon you can get. You can get the ship that's available for doing the master, and Yeah, you wanted to talk about the weapon you can get on Master, right, Riddick?
Yeah, so time lost weapons, because this TWAB was so big, the real reason is I just wanted something to talk about. The time lost weapons and the armor stat specific roles. So, by the way, I'm reading this, and correct me if I'm wrong here. Uh, for each character, you're going to be completing Atheon on, you will receive one time lost weapon which will have alternate perks in the third and fourth slot, allowing for a lot of customization. In addition to this loot pool that happens at the end of a full raid completion, you will also be able to receive a specific stat rotating piece of armor, and that will be rotating each week. So if you've been hunting for a prime zealot helmet with a high spike in intellect, you go into master mode that week and you try to get that. That's how I'm reading this. Am I saying this correctly?
I think that that makes sense. It would do that. That would be a good way to hunt for like all the specific part.
And then once
Uh,
you've received the time lost weapon, say on the first run, I get a Vision of Conflux as my time lost weapon. Thereafter, I can purchase the weapon again for rotating rolls in the artifact after Atheon. But the cost using Spoils of Conquest is going to be much higher. I could see
mm,
it being double or even triple.
yeah, that's quite possible. Yeah, it's a little bit uncertain how they're gonna do that, but like that sounds right the way you say it. I don't know if they're gonna make it like, oh yeah, like this week's gonna be intellect, like and everybody's gonna be like farming for it. But I guess you're gonna have like to do only once per character, and then you get the item. That's it. But is it gonna be specific, like which piece of armor, or it's gonna be like
Yeah, so
only like?
the way it reads is that the specific armor type and the stat type will be known for the week.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be rotating weekly. So interesting.
That
In addition, we'll see the master mode difficulty be released at 1350, which is GM 1360.
I'm not exactly sure, but that sounds right. 1350. So it's not gonna be as hard. I think they put
Yeah,
it basically where it was on contest, maybe. So.
because I know for strikes, 1340 is the master mode.
Mm.
And then when you move up to GM, I believe it was 1360. So I guess you'll see something in the middle of a master strike and a GM strike, is what I'm getting from this. Uh, I don't know if you'll be scaled down. It doesn't say anything about scaling down your power level. So I'm assuming if you grind that artifact and you get overpowered, I mean, you'll be fine. I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
myself, I'm 1340, so I'm hoping that'll be a decent enough power level to get through this. I'm
Yeah,
sure
I
it will
think
be.
I'm close to 1340 too. Haven't grind that much this season, but yeah, I think it's gonna be doable. And as like the end of the season's gonna come, like I think it's gonna become easier. So until we get into season 15. So um
Cool,
more
cool.
more to the TWAB, so that we're not done yet. I mentioned about the shotgun. So basically, they're shifting sand, as the title says. They're gonna they're gonna do some change for shotgun and end cannon, a lot of change. So they're gonna nerf them down because they're noticing that it's being used so much on PvP, like shotgun mostly. Like I think everybody's using that. They're sliding and shotgunning you using Fellwinter, very popular in PvP. Um, One thing they also looking to do is using a special weapon roles in PvP. So I think they're gonna modify, like let's say if you use your sniper, it's made to engage in long range with aiming skill when not already under fire. So if you use a weapon other than this intention or this role, then you're gonna be in disadvantage or something like that. Same with shotgun. engaging at point blank range using skill at movement and positioning to get close enough to get one or two hit elimination. So every like weapon's gonna have their specialty role, and they're gonna play around with that from the sound of it. That's quite interesting. But like more into the nerfing, the shotgun and cannon, that's gonna be crazy. I don't know it's gonna affect more in depth because they like going more about their 120 RPM for end cannon because apparently they're the meta now. They like to switch things around. Another end cannon's going to become meta, or like shotgun's still going to be popular. Maybe something else like fusion rifle is going to become the meta. Who knows, right? So some change they're doing there. It's pretty interesting. More to that, you're gonna change some of the perk that we rarely use. Basically, drop mag and pulse monitoring. They're gonna modify it, I think, to make it a little bit better. One fix they're doing too is the rewind round. I think I mentioned to you before there, Ricardo, is that I think on the Vision of Conflux I was using it and I didn't get ammo back. I was like, am I doing something wrong or what? But exactly, there's an issue with it where like it doesn't trigger, so you don't get your ammo back. So they're gonna fix that, and also Reservoir Burst, which is a fusion rifle. So people are complaining that the detonation on kill doesn't feel that reliable or impactful. So they've been updating it to have the same way, same consistency and speed fix as Dragonfly. So good. More two exotics gonna get nerf. So Deadman still. Damn, it's gonna get nerfed. So the hip firing, fallout, and the aim assist gonna get dropped. So it's a very good game, a very good weapon in PvP. So the fact they're nerfing it, like you're not gonna see as much in trials, and they're gonna buff sleeper simulant to make it worth it to use, which is good. Maybe it's gonna become like be back to be a DPS gun. So we'll see. And there's more to come in the future where they want to work with the fusion rifle, breach grenade launcher, scout rifle, and cannon in PvE, machine gun in PvE, special ammo and economy and PvP. So reducing the amount of special ammo is going to be appearing. They're going to nerf anarchy, and they're going to make the exotic primary like um, more make it more like attractive to be used in like IN like activity for PvE. And they say that there's more to come. So like have a read, like it's crazy all the change aiming for. There's also I've seen like Lucky putting on a video about that. DMG put on Twitter that like about trials. So if you're a fan of trials, they looking into either locking your equipment for trials, a little bit similar to a GM, uh, or only locking your armor. So like this, I think there's been a lot of issue where like if you have people sniping in your team, the other team is going to be, okay, let's switch to all shotgun and we can rush them and just kill them with shotgun. So like this is not going to give a chance anybody to switch weapon or switch armor. Like some people were like, Warlock using Chaos Reach, it was switched to Geomag if they gain close to their third of their super, so they just get that boost and then they switch back to another exotic. So yeah, like the total things like that. So that's quite interesting, all the change you're doing there. So I can't wait to see how it's gonna go. Um,
Yeah, I mean, a lot of stuff coming out of the THWAB this week. Um, I look forward to being able to use the sleeper stimulant again. It just looks like such a bad like weapon. Like it's just so cool, so like large and massive laser beam. Like it should just be doing reckless amounts of damage. If they're gonna buff the anarchy down, I hope sleeper stimulant rises as that third weapon or that heavy weapon slot. But in my perspective, I think we'll probably see the two-tailed fox maybe take the place of anarchy. People may get back into swords with the Lamont, or people will just use Witherhoard and have a rocket launcher as their final slot.
Yeah,
Um,
I found the Widow Horde to be a very good grenade launcher. I like using it. I think I've been using it since it came out in the season of the Warty, I think. No, it's like the next season after that. It's all getting together. But like, yeah, Widow Horde, like every time I go back to that gun, it's like perfect for PvE. Like, it's just so easy to use, right? And I still see people using it in PvP, which is annoying if you're playing Iron Banner or things like that.
yeah, they just hit the circle, and then anyone who stands in there is done. Especially if you have breach and clear. Oh
Hmm.
my gosh. Well, great. Thanks for bringing us the TWAB, Sebastian. A lot of information to get through. So anyone who loves Destiny like we do, there's a lot there for you.
Hmm.
I'm excited for locked equipment for trials. Maybe I'll jump back in and I'll be able to win a game or two. Who knows? But I won't be able to bring my DMT, so that sucks. But going on to the news. So the Stadia community blog hitting us with a couple stories. So pro members, you can claim your Street Power football game, six style and high energy action come together in an arcade style experience. Face off against street football legends or friends for the over the top game modes and playgrounds. Unleash tricks and superpowers as you grow your status to become Street King. Personally, I haven't played this game. Rocking through some videos, you can see that you twist your limbs up. You're hitting a football. Looks like mini games. There's a 3-on-3 football that looks sort of entertaining. With all the FIFA and Euro Cup, I could see a lot of people being happy about this and jumping into it. So cool. Yeah, I'll probably have more to talk about it next week because I'll jump in and try it for sure. I've just been caught up in Moonlighter. I mean, it's so good.
Yeah.
Terraria. Terraria. What is not I mean, Terraria is the everything game, which allows you to do anything you want to do. I can't say enough good things about it. If you haven't played it, get ready to lose 100 hours. It's just insane gameplay, so much fun. Get ready to build castles, build bases, take on bosses, build up a boss tree until the final Lord from the Moon comes down. Just so much fun.
Hmm. Yeah, it's a great game to play. Like I remember like when it came out on Stadia and like, yeah, let's play it. And that was like amazing. It was just like a lot of fun to do to play. Again, use the wiki page for like finding out all the item. There's just like so much in depth like information. It's similar to Moonlighter, I found. Like it's just like you find out more like every time you play it. So it's pretty like fun to get into.
Yeah, a great game. We've talked about it before in the channel. Now that it's come to pro, hopefully the multiplayer scene will really grow. Jump onto Discord, find other people to play Terraria with. Yeah, a lot of fun, a lot of fun. Dark Side Detective. This game I'll also jump into next week. Essentially, the description goes grab your trench coat, tune your sixth sense, and join the Dark Side Division as they investigate the outright bizarre and downright dangerous and the confusing cases of Twin Lakes, flesh hungry tentacles, mafia zombies, and the occasional missing sock are no match for the Dark Side Detective. So, where Mafia and zombies? Okay, where's Mafia? All right, I want to see Mafia. Stadia, if you're listening, Mafia. Where did it go? I checked the Wikipedia page. It says a 2BA, TBA. Like, I want it as a pro title with Arc next month, please.
Yeah. It's been not talked about for a very long time now, so
Except for me on the community blog, every blog post, Mafia question mark. So after that point and click adventure, we'll have more to talk about next week. Jump into it. 8-bit adventure. It looks fun,
Mhm.
especially if you're a pro member. Why not try it? It definitely looks like something you could play from your cell phone though, with touchscreen. If it's a
Yeah,
point and click.
definitely. Yeah, it's make me think of something, like Rain. I play on my phone too, because it's just like you read and take a choice. So that might be very similar,
Yeah.
like like in that way. But basically, like it's just basic control you need, and it looks like to be a kind of a funny type of adventure. You try to solve the mystery, but yeah, I will be definitely looking into that.
Yeah. Cool. Cool. Although so much to play. I'll need to get that shotgun. And then I'll still need to get the 5th dungeon of Moonlighter. And then I think I'm going to my cottage in the middle of the week. We'll see. We'll see if there's enough time. So Rainbow Six hit Stadia. We talked about it previously. I mean, everybody loves this. They also fixed something on Stadia. So if you're a Ubisoft Plus member, subscriber, and you wanted to purchase the game, you can now purchase the game even though you're still Ubisoft Plus. So
Mm.
that's cool to see. Um, and I believe right now it's like the deluxe and the ultimate edition are on sale for insanely cheap deals. I think the deluxe edition I have here, which I can see, is $12. So cool
Oh yeah.
stuff. Um, moving down, we have Get Packed on July 29th, which already passed. So the fully uploaded gets a patch or a new DLC. So 2 additional campaign characters, new competitive levels, and a plethora of characters, outfits, and hat customizations. Now, guys, if you're not customizing your hats, I mean, get on top of your game. All right. That reminds me of the other game, West of Loathing. It was all about hats for some reason. I don't know. People like their hats.
Yeah, I guess like it's an easy customization to do, I guess, right?
Right. Easy for the developers. The Stadia mega sale. All right. Now, this is a mega sale. A lot of great titles are really cheap. So if you want to jump into FIFA after the Euro excitement, I mean, you can grab it for $20 and rewrite the Portugal Belgium game, which should have gone the other way. So we'll see if I want to rewrite history in FIFA. You got Judgment, one of these newer titles on Stadia, coming at 1350 from that's a Canadian price point. So I'm sure in US it's going to be like a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
Madden coming at us at $16 in Canada, and Mortal Kombat only $20. That game is massive, massive. Mortal Kombat. And then we have a sale on Star Wars Fallen Order, which I cannot see because it is a pro title. And
Mhm.
we have Rainbow Six also on sale. So I mean, a lot of great titles, and they're up to 85% off.
Mhm.
I mean, great time to grab a game. However, don't do what I do and grab games and have them come out on pro. So just be careful about that.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's always happening for you, right?
Yeah, that's why I'm scared. I'm gun shy now. I just wish they had a policy where they were going to say, no pro games will come from our existing catalog. Just say that. Just say that, Stadia. So, coming up on news story number 8 we have here, the Darkwood and the Streets of Rage 4. So this was a blog post. I gotta say, Streets of Rage 4 looks pretty cool. It looks like they combine Street Fighter with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Lost in Time. Now we did play some of the Scott Pilgrim, but what I was missing from Scott Pilgrim was that big over the top action. It was very like 2-button mashy combat. And then when you see Streets of Rage, you see them doing like these cool fire attacks, these awesome specials that take up the whole screen. I don't know. I don't know. I hope Streets of Rage comes to pro because it looks like a really cool title. I know that it's coming on July 15th, and we'll probably just see it on the library forever, but it looks like a really cool grab for sure.
Yeah, definitely. That's like look fun to play. Probably gonna be multiplayer, so yeah, we're gonna try it if it comes to pro, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Although if it just comes to the store, it looks like it's just coming to the store. It says here July 15th. So may not be picking it up, but I definitely would recommend it if you like that style of game, because
Mhm.
I think Stadia needs more like beat 'em up style games.
It's probably gonna come to pro in August or like September or something like that.
They're
After
just
you buy
waiting.
it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, they're just waiting. They're like Rudix, he's almost got it. Then the next game in that blog post was the top-down survival horror based in Poland. It's an exploration and puzzle with a time-based mechanic. Um, Super creepy. You wake up, you start as this doctor, and you're obviously committing experiments on humans because there's some plague happening. And then you find some dude in the forest, and then you tie him up and start doing experiments to him. It just like really twisted. And then you wake up as the dude who was doing experiments on, and you got to like find your way out and survive. I mean, it would give me nightmares if I played that game, but I'm not sure it'll be for me. But
That's pretty. That's good. They're doing like a survival horror game like this. I think they need more of this.
yeah, I mean, there are only a few games. I mean, they got the Resident Evil franchise coming out, so that's some like survival horror genre. But this is a cool like 2D sort of top-down adventure point and click that looks like it's really gonna scare.
hmm
So coming around the corner here, we have Stadia Source. Stadia Source is a great location on the interwebs to find Stadia news every single day. Um, these guys are awesome out there, who's ever putting this up. So thanks, guys, at Stadia Source. Grime 2, or Grime is scheduled for August 2nd. Sorry, they haven't made a second Grime yet, but the first one is scheduled to come August 2nd. Stadia released a walkthrough, which you can check out on their YouTube page. 2D side scrolling action fighting game. Looks pretty cool. Metrovania type, melee weapons. Each weapon has its own special ability. Pretty cool stuff. August 2nd. So it's not going to be a pro title, but it is coming from the Stadia makers category. So good to see those games roll out.
Yeah, definitely. That's gonna be a good one to try.
Yeah, and we have Riders Republic. So if you haven't signed up for the beta, which we talked about in a previous episode, and you can look back on the links we post on a previous episode, I think may have been like 3 or 4.
hmm
You can sign up for the beta, but now I guess you can sign up for the game, pre-order it. Yeah, so if you love Trials, this is going to be a way bigger Trials. Um,
That should be interesting with Stadia. Probably gonna be crossplay with like other platform. Ubisoft is like strong about crossplay, and I think they're pushing a lot on that. And yeah, that's gonna be interesting to do extreme sports in different way with the group. I guess you race down the hill or race down to the next location. So yeah.
Yeah, it'll be wicked. So
Mhm.
I look forward to trying a flight suit. That'll be cool. But yeah, look forward to it. Um then we have the Crew 2. So get ready, because if you're Stadia Pro and you're around at home on the 8th to 12th, you can check out this game for a free to play weekend. Um Very cool. They I like how they're rotating more games. I think this is the first time we see Crew 2 on the free to play roster.
Yeah, I think so too. Maybe it was like available for a weekend because I did try it before.
Oh, okay.
I wonder if it was Dirt I tried or was Crew, so I'm not sure.
So Crew 2 looks to me like a sort of street racer. I do have this one with Ubisoft Plus, so would be good to check it out, try some racing. I think this is less of the simulation type racing that you'll see out of like Grid or Dirt or like MotoGP. And this is more of like a Fast and the Furious street racing type. So
Yeah.
more of the kind of racing that I personally like if I'm gonna go racing game.
Yeah.
New
That's gonna be
patch
fun.
new patch for Dirt 5. So if you guys are on the Dirt 5 scene, get ready to get more dirty because a patch is coming out. I can't say too much about the patch. I'm not a big a Dirt 5 person. Just a heads up if you guys are. There's a patch coming out. So I'm sure it'll run smoother and there will be better things on Dirt 5 for all of you guys out there. So enjoy. And if you want more information, I'm telling you, go to Stadia stores, check out their article on it. It's a short one, but basically they're just saying it's going to run smoother.
That's good.
And then we have something here. Now, the reason I put this here, I'm not Doom cosmetic packs now available, is because I have an issue with some games. Doom I got a while back when the Stadia library was still somewhat empty, and I got all the way to the last boss, and then I put it down. I don't know why I do this, but I need to go back into Doom and just beat the game. Like I don't know, it's just sitting there with the last boss unbeaten. This like flying witch lady in the air, and oh, I don't know why I do that, but
You just
now
found another game that was more interesting. Something.
yeah, and I ran into her and I'm like, man, this is really difficult. And then I just put it down and I'm like, I need to like just gain up the courage and beat that boss and finish the game. But now I have new cosmetics to do it in. So grab the patch, grab the new cosmetics and beat Doom. I know they got a couple DLCs out. It's a Bethesda game. It's a really fun. It's not even it's like an evolution of FPS because it's like FPS, like super fast FPS. Like it's just like
Similar to what's the other game there we got on Stadia? They have it's like a fast-paced shooting, the same thing. I cannot even remember the name of it, but like yeah, it's just like you just run and shoot and it's like very, very fast-paced, but yeah. It's not like a Destiny, that's for sure.
yeah. Um and cool. So everybody who has Twitch Prime Gaming and you have Rainbow Six Siege, don't forget to pick up your custom gaming or sorry, your Twitch Prime Gaming rewards. So that'll be good to grab. Add some more customization to your characters, which you're just starting to learn. So I don't know about customization right now because there's like 25 characters I got to choose from. But yeah, that's cool for people out there. I think this may be one of the first times that they're doing the Twitch Prime gaming rewards for Rainbow Six.
No, I think they were doing it before, but like there's like a multiple game from Ubisoft that all doing Twitch Prime, so which is good.
Oh, okay. Because when I went on, it just showed like everything was coming soon and nothing had like released yet. It looked like the first
Oh,
package, but I could be wrong.
no, okay, that's quite possible then.
And
That's
then
good.
we have an int. Oh, this was an interesting stat from Game Monitor. At first, I didn't know why I posted this in the show notes, but then I figured out very quickly why I posted this. So, a synopsis on Stadia Pro founder members. So, you've been subscribed for 21 months so far. And in those 20 months, you've received 90 pro games. Pretty cool. The average Metacritic score of these games, all in the average range of 77.3. So, pretty good stats for an average game to be. The amount of story time that you have in these 90 games, 870 hours of gameplay and story to beat. And the net game value in USD, $2,312, an average of $25 USD a game. Just insane value for what they're pumping out of Stadia.
Yeah,
Pretty cool stat, dude. to hear if you've been a founder pro member. And not too late to jump on the train. And I'm sure that it'll just continue along the same value trends. They're doing a really good job here on the pro releases, especially with Moonlighter.
Yeah, definitely.
So
That's like it's crazy. Like since the beginning, they've been releasing like 3 to 4 game every month. So and they're gonna keep going towards that way. And then like I felt like this month wasn't that exciting, and then like we found Moonlighter, and we're like, oh my god, this is amazing, because we played Terraria before. So yeah, no, that's awesome.
yeah, I'm glad to hear, and like that sort of value statement sort of reinforces being a Stadia founder member, why it's so good. I mean, I haven't downloaded one of those games, and you have 90 titles at instant access. It's just it's pretty crazy concept to have for sure.
Hmm.
So now on the rumors side of the podcast, coming out of Stadia News 9 to 5 Google, they were reading or doing some data mining from what I can understand. And on the APK, they found some sort of link between YouTube Premium and a Stadia Pro subscription bundle. So I'll be very interested to see what kind of bundle is released. Maybe existing members can get some sort of discount. Yeah, I remember last year they gave you what? They gave you a free Premier edition for having a Pro. Am
Yep.
I? Yeah.
Yeah, I you just like go online, and I try to remember. I think they sent me an email saying like, "Oh, claim your free premium edition," and that's how I got mine. So it's pretty good. I had YouTube Red for, or like it was Google Play Music before. I had that like for over 2, 3 years, I think now, and I got a bunch of Google Mini. What do you call those? Oh, I'm gonna drop it.
Google
Like
Minis. The
the Google, like the one that you can talk to the speaker,
oh
the
yeah,
all
super cool.
mini, all mini. So I got like I got 3 of them for free, I think. So
Oh
that's
wow.
pretty good. Yeah. So I claimed 2 myself, and my wife claimed 1. So we have a total of 3 now. So I
Where are
have one on
mine?
every floor. Yeah. And then yeah. So keep looking, and you can get like those for free. So I'm happy like to see like a bundle together, because I have Stadia Pro and YouTube Red. Like merge them together, I'll be more than happy.
For sure. Yeah, me too. It just seems like it would make sense. I mean, it would be cool if they just like gave everybody who has YouTube Premium Stadia Pro, um, and just sort of like looped it into there. But we'll see. We'll see. We have the final story of today. So just ending on some good news. The TV app on Android has been downloaded over 50,000 times in less than 2 weeks. This is great news for the platform. Hopefully, this means a lot more players in the player base for all of these games. Um, yeah, I mean, it's just wicked to see, and more players, the better, in my opinion. So, I hope that number has jumped since then, but I'm sure we'll only see more as time continues.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. And then there's like a little bit more news. I found this week that Stadia is having some job opening.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah.
And then like they talk a little bit about like the description. It just show about like what their plan is for future. It just like say that they're never gonna like it, from the sound of it, they're never gonna shut down Stadia. They're looking into expanding even more, so which is good, and also like doing some partnerships, so developing the cloud gaming infrastructure basically. So that should be interesting. I think the a lot of people have mentioned that before, but they were like, oh well, they shut down their developer section, and like, you know, now they should go after AAA like they did for Resident Evil AAA games. So if they can get one person from Google Stadia working with, let's say, EA or like with Ubisoft, just to have their game to go on the platform, just to show them this is the coding, this is how you do it, and they probably get like a couple people working into just like doing the transfer, not the transfer, but what's the word of it? Just to put it into Stadia, because it's like a Linux platform, but slightly different to others. So
Yeah,
yeah.
another library drop, you mean, similar to what Ubisoft did.
Yes, and this like to have like let's say what's EA subscription? I want to say EA Plus, but it's not it. But like having something like that would be great. Or even have like Activision, like we need to get the Call of Duty into Stadia. I don't know when it's gonna happen, but eventually it's gonna happen. It's probably gonna be the next one. But like I think Stadia is the only platform you can play with Call of Duty other than Luna and others, but other cloud gaming. But like with Xbox developing their X Cloud, now Stadia's starting to have a competitor like for cloud gaming. I think Stadia always been on top. I think X Cloud has like their Game Pass, so they provide all that subscription, that availability for games. But I think their the gameplay is not as fluent as Stadia. So having like Stadia to develop more into that and um, telling all the members of Stadia that like, hey, we looking to develop more, and that's why they have the job post there. So have a look if you're interested to work for Stadia.
Yeah. I mean, I thought of applying myself, but it's in California. And yeah, I'm not gonna move to California. But yeah, cool. Cool
Just a little
stuff.
bit too far, too
Yeah,
far
and
from home.
too on fire. There's not much water there, and I think there's a massive heat wave on the whole west side of Americas right now anyway. So
Yeah, exactly.
but cool stuff, cool stuff. It's good to see that Google is hiring. Personally, I think what I wanted to identify here is year one, we see Stadia and Ubisoft really make that connection and really bring it into gaming. Year two, we see Ubisoft, or sorry, Stadia and Capcom really coming together and releasing big titles. And then I think it's just going to keep snowballing after that. You know, next year may be the EA cycle. We're going to see a bunch of EA partnerships and that sort of come out. And then maybe we'll see a Blizzard or an Activision drop. So I just hope that it just continues to roll out that way. I think what I want to say is they were going for the Bethesda relationship, but Xbox and Microsoft may have fudged that up because you saw Doom come out. I'm sure we could have seen Fallout and all those other games drop as well, but it just got all muddled with Xbox buying everything.
I think you might be right, but like the relationship that Bethesda had with Xbox was like from the beginning when they started with Morrowind, like, and it was like just a matter of time for like Xbox to buy them. But like I wish I could see more Bethesda game also on Stadia, and same with EA. I think they just put a lot of their like sports game just to test the water, and like I think it's been doing well. I think FIFA community within Stadia, it's pretty big. I hear talks about it all the time. So hopefully like EA is gonna jump on board and give us their Battlefield or other game like that. And they need to have more crossplay game. Like it's the way to go now. Like look at Rainbow Six, like merging with Stadia, with Steam and Luna. That's the best move that Ubisoft did. So
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Just give us Stream Connect. I want to see what's going on with my teammates. That'd be so cool.
that would
Uh,
be amazing. Yeah, that would be an advantage, I think, versus the Steam people. So
yeah. Yeah. Well, too bad. Get a cloud. Cool, cool. Well, everyone, thanks for joining us this week on Stadia Party Chat podcast. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like the video, hit the notification bells for alerts when our podcast hits the airwaves. Leave us a comment. Tell us about Stadia in your gaming life, or just tell us about how much you love the two of us. So, You can find Stadia Party Chat podcast audio version on most other platforms where podcasts are hosted: Anchor, Spotify, Pocket Cast, Google Podcasts. So yeah, check us out, hit us up, and leave us your feedback. And thanks always for tuning in. That's the news for this week. Thank you for hearing our thoughts on the news. Look forward to sharing more in the future. As always, I'm Ricardo, giving you my perspective on the cloud with Sebastian, my co-host
Yes.
here.
All right. You guys have a good week, and I'll see you guys next week.
All right, take care.